In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you are going to make $100,000 in the next year using my CAD freelance funnel. So if you work as a CAD drafter, you're either one of these two positions. You work in the job as a CAD drafter, you're a freelancer, but either way, you might feel like you're stuck in a cycle of low pay, long hours, and pretty much stagnant career growth. So who is this video for? This video is for freelance CAD drafters that are fully employed, or anybody that has a background in drafting in CAD. Architects, civil engineers, mechanical engineers. You took a CAD class in college, you took a CAD class in high school even, okay? Because the reason is I want to tell you that there is a way that you can double or triple your income using the exact same skills you already have. And you might feel like you're in one of these categories right here. You're struggling because you're a freelancer to land high-paying clients. You're working a full-time drafting job, but you're underpaid, overworked, and you're tired of dealing with clients who don't see the value in your work. And the truth is that CAD as a skill is extremely profitable, but you have to know how to package your service, charge premium rates, and attract high rate clients. And most people who are CAD drafters don't even know how to implement basic business structure into what it is that they're doing. And that's what I'm gonna share with you guys how to do today. So why should you care? Well, if you're freelancing, you probably know how frustrating it is to deal with clients who are not going to pay you fair rates. You might be stuck taking on small projects, negotiating pricing, and really struggling to stand out in a market where a lot of people are either overseas or they work for pretty much pennies. And if you're working a drafting job, you're putting in these hours, but your employer is the real one making all the money. And the truth is that you could be making the exact same money for yourself if you went off and did it on your own. Your skills are very valuable, but you don't know how to take them into the real world without sacrificing stability. And if you want to make money with CAD, you need to stop thinking as a freelancer and you need to start thinking as a business owner, because the problem is not your skills. It's really how you're positioning and selling them. So this is exactly what I help my clients do. I help them charge premium prices for their work and get clients who respect their time and set a business structure that allows them to make six figures without having to work 60 plus hours a week as a normal drafter or freelance drafter, because most drafters never learn this stuff. Which is why they're stuck at 20 to 30 bucks an hour. And the real ones who figure this out are making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month consistently, because they're charging prices over $100 an hour for their services. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to break out of that cycle of low pay, freelance work, quit your underpaying drafting job, stop relying on job boards and racing to the bottom pricing with places like Upwork and Fiverr and people who work overseas for near to nothing, and set up a simple, repeatable system that's going to get you high paying work consistently. So if you're ready to learn, sit back, please listen, open your ears, and let's get into it. So here are some of the biggest problems that might be holding you back as an AutoCAD drafter. I'm just going to go over the top 4, but you can read through this entire list yourself, because you, number one, might not know where to start. Most importantly, you're stuck in a low-paying job as a CAD drafter. You're struggling to get high-paying freelance clients, and you don't know how to market yourself or stand out, most importantly. Because the number one reason that drafters are struggling to get high-paying clients is because they think that it's a numbers game. If you send enough emails, apply to enough job board postings, put enough slop out there, right, you think that you're going to get clients. And yes, you might get one or two, but the thing is, this is not going to build you a repeatable system that is going to consistently get you good clients. This is wrong thinking. And really what it is the type of clients that you're attracting when you do outreach. Because the one thing is that when you do outreach, you're trying to negotiate and prove your value. You're coming to somebody at a lower point of position. And really, the client holds all the power, which means you're forced to lower your prices, work with clients you really don't even like, and honestly, constantly chasing after work, because you're really never relaxed or able to scale up this system because you're always doing outreach. And so the only way to charge higher paying prices, work with better clients, or create a sustainable drafting business is to get the clients coming to you. So how are we going to get the clients to come to us instead of us chasing after them? Well, in reality, if you're a good CAD drafter, you don't just find clients, you attract them. So this is what any business is. It's a very fine line, a balancing act between the cost per acquisition of a customer, or CAC, versus your LTV, or lifetime value of the customer, the amount of money that customer is going to make you over the span of you working with them entirely. And so, really, this is how we're going to do it, is to get the clients reaching out to you instead of you having to reach out to them. You're going to implement my CAD freelancer funnel. And all this is just implementing a little bit of basic business structure into what you already know. So here's how it works. Clients are always actively looking for drafters, and drafters are always looking for clients. But the thing is that in CAD and in most of our drafting services, there's not really a good sort of platform for them to interact with. But that's a good thing, because once you can build that bridge yourself and you own that platform, you get the entire throughput and you win by default, because most drafters are not marketing themselves properly. Probably 99% of CAD drafters don't even implement basic business structures. And so once you do, there's almost no competition. And so with a simple proven strategy, you can put your services in front of the clients who actually need them, get them to contact you instead of you contacting them, position yourself as the go-to expert and not just another freelancer. And once those clients start coming to you, everything changes, because you can then charge more because the clients are pursuing you instead. You can choose to work with who you want instead of just taking whatever comes to your front door, and you never have to worry about where your next job is going to come from. So here it is. This is my exact AutoCAD freelance funnel. And this is a 3-part system that you are going to have to build out for yourself. Number 1, doing direct outreach. Direct outreach is really important because it gets the ball rolling, has conversations, and you can do this from literally day 1. Next up is going to be the social funnel system. This is arguably the most important. By being able to put content out there of what it is that we're passionate about, what we can actually work on, and what we can do, that is how you get eyeballs on your service and no longer have to continue to doing the direct outreach, and it all works together, as well as with optionally a paid ads funnel. This is how you can put money behind the problem and have content where you have a budget behind it and it gets shown directly to the people who you need it to be seen by. And so with these 3 steps, you're able to then have a landing page of value of your industry inside of your skill set using the social funnel system. This is going to convert you having conversations with your leads, and then finally booking a meeting and closing a contract with your client. So step 1 is going to be setting up for your freelance clients, and the foundation of this is going to be identifying with who your exact avatar or client is. And again, this has got to be very specific, because in the world of advertising, when you're very broad, you get nobody. But when you are exact with who specifically you want to target and what your offer is, then you get exactly that person. What's also really cool is that eventually you get people on the sides of it that say, hey, I see that you do this, but do you also do this? And this is where you go, absolutely, I do that for extra money, because it's not your normal and typical service. And so firstly, we need to figure out who that client is going to be, but most importantly, what your exact offer is going to be. We don't want to be a CAD monkey that just does work for whoever. We need to have a set, fixed, defined product or service that we're going to give to these people every single time. That's what we advertise for. And then who exactly, specifically down to the wire, would need that service and get as detailed as possible. And so how do we do our direct outreach? Well, firstly, we're going to send, effective emails and messages. And this is our general outreach strategy, which is personalization. We don't want to be generic with how we reach out to our clients. We need to personalize it. With our phone, we actually can do, videos, record a quick little video, send that over to people. And you're basically going to do 20 to 30 high quality personalized outreach emails, text messages, or phone calls every single week, which is going to lead you to have a stream of steady inbound clients. Okay. And again, this also works with the other steps inside of my system. So it's very important that you do, multiple of them. Now, also identifying your right client is very key. And for example, my best clients, so my key avatar would be for surveying, independent land surveyors, typically sole proprietors, small to mid-sized survey firm. They got a couple field crew. It's just himself. He's doing all the drafting, and he's overwhelmed with the field work, and he doesn't want to do the drafting anymore. And so that is who I would target. So I know exactly, boom, this is my key avatar. This is who I advertise to, and this is how I'm able to basically get exactly who my key audience is and put it in front of them, because I've defined who that is in the first place. Next up, and most importantly, is going to be building out the social funnel system. So the thing is that relying on direct outreach, you're always going to be chasing your clients. But when you use a social funnel system, this flips the script, and it's going to make the clients come to you by building an online presence and in places that they're basically already hanging out. If you're a drafter, you probably have personal social media presence, but platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook are going to be gold mines for you to find consistent, high-paying clients in the field that you guys are working in. So these are the 3 places I like to be at: LinkedIn groups, Facebook groups, and industry forums, and as well as I like to be on YouTube. The idea is that we're basically going to sell and post our work online so people can see the value of what it is that we have to offer. At the end of the day, it's all about eyeballs. We're in an attention economy. We need to get people seeing what it is that we do, and it's really not that complicated. Most of my students aren't making video content. Really, all they're doing is basic text and LinkedIn posts with pictures and stuff. But this stuff gets really good views, and by week 6 of my program, on average, most of my students are getting 10 to 11,000 impressions per week on the service that they're providing. That is a ton of eyeballs, and I hope you understand that it's very easy to sell 1 to 3 people, right, on that idea when you have that many people seeing what it is that you're doing. So if you're hoping to find clients, you need to get more people looking at what it is that you're doing, showcase what you enjoy doing, the drafting that you do, the work that you have, and put your face behind it. Because at the end of the day, when someone can see, that you who you are and you put yourself behind that product, they know, they like, they trust you, and they're willing to basically put their money behind, the idea that you're going to do good work, because you're very out in the open. And I want you to understand 10,000 people is a lot of people. If you don't understand, here's a stadium with 10,000 people inside of it. So for you to not sell one person here is absolutely absurd. And next might be a question that I get a lot from people, which is, what if my employer sees my post? What if they see what I'm doing online? And the thing is that your social presence doesn't have to be Instagram, TikTok, video content, hey, buy my thing, XYZ, right? It can really be pretty subtle and low key as far as you're inside of an industry. Let's just say you're a civil engineer. Make posts about civil engineering, your job that you like to do. Because at the end of the day, most of the deals are done in the DMs nowadays where, you can just make content that's very generic, but it's a good landing page for people that you do direct outreach for to now see it and then go ahead and go after it. I will say this right now, probably 50% of the people inside of my program right now currently work a main job, have a boss that they don't want to see, and they still are able to make it happen inside of a social funnel system because they do direct outreach. And by having just generically good stuff, good value inside the industry, which by the way, you should be doing anyways, right? Now leads as a landing page for when they do the direct outreach, someone sees it, they like it, they say, you know what, this is really good stuff, good value as far as this person's giving out. This is so great. I wonder how easy it would be to hire them. Let me go give it a shot, right? And then they get hired, they get on contract. And so the solution is to do just that. So, realistically, you don't need a full crazy website. You don't need you basically just need a basic landing page. We use LinkedIn as that, and we're going to explain our services, to the customers directly and define their problems and try to solve it for them by having those conversations. And step 3 is going to be a paid ads funnel. And again, this is completely optional, but it's really good for scaling fast. So once you've built a solid foundation of inbound leads, paid ads can scale you potentially better. So this is after a social funnel system, or for people that don't want to do the social funnel system because they don't have the time to do it or don't have the time to direct outreach. If you are okay putting money behind the problem to fix it, this is an option, okay? And so really this is for people who are, professional engineers, licensed architects, big professionals who just want to get the work done and need to have the lead flow coming in immediately. We'll show you how to do that. And the benefit of paid ads is that you don't need to manually reach out to anybody. The leads generate automatically. You can filter them a lot better where you can find specifically through these ad management systems, who it is that you need and just have them see it only. So we're going to make sure that you have effective ad strategies behind you. But again, this is not something that you necessarily have to do if you're doing the first two. If you want to do all three, great. If you don't want to do the first two and you just want to do paid ads funnel, that works too. So what happens after the client contacts you? Well, again, once a client messages you or fills out a form, they're already interested. And it's now about closing the deal. At the end of the day, we can do all these fancy things and automations and blah, blah, blah bullshit. But finally, all we have to do is get them into a phone call, get them into a consultation, and close them on a contract. That's it. Doesn't matter all the other crap that happens before it. Really, all I'm trying to do is skip all that stuff to get to a phone call, a conversation, right, which you should be having with your clients, closing them on the deal, and then doing the work for them. So, as far as jumping into pricing, you need to have the people understand, you have to understand what their needs are, firstly. Who is this, for me, this would be for surveying. Who is this survey for? What's your expected turnaround time? Do you need a one-time project or ongoing drafting support? And you have to position yourself as an expert. Again, you're gonna have that content to sort of already prove that for you by making good content. By the end of the day, you should never show your portfolio. You shouldn't have to. I don't ever show my portfolio of work when people are interested in drafting work, simply because I already have a whole slew of content that backs up who I am and what I say, because that's more valuable to them at the end of the day. So send them a message, ask them about their project, position yourself as a specialist, give them clear pricing by having that conversation with them, and then get them on a contract and make it easy for them to say yes. Because at the end of the day, these people want to work with you. And if you can provide them a service that's really good, that they already need, now they can find someone online that they know, like, and trust. It's a no-brainer. And so finally, what it looks like is going to be scaling up and charging higher prices. Once you have that steady stream of clients coming in from the ads or the content and direct outreach, increase your prices, because now you can go ahead and cherry pick your exact best clients who give you the easier jobs for more money. That's always really great. And this is how you're going to scale your business into 6 figures without working 60 plus hours per week. And instead of spending all your time looking for work, you'll have a system that does it for you, so you can focus on doing the actual work for your clients. They're happier, which in turn leads to more clients, more money, better pay. And you're not just alone. I've helped tons of other people do this exact same thing. For example, Minerva came to me as an architectural drafter in between jobs. We were able to help get her a really good freelance client within the span of the program. You can see for yourself, she's got her own schedule. She works from home. She has an office with the company facilities she can go to, but they provided her even a brand new laptop, which is really awesome. And she gets all the company benefits and freelancer pay incredible. Like Pablo, who came to me to learn survey drafting, and he was able to land his first client in 4 weeks working with me, and then just 1 week later sign another client. Now he has the proven recipe for getting lead flow, and now he can land clients pretty much anytime he wants. Open that floodgate, he's good to go. And Mauricio, who went from a field survey with 0 CAD skills on February 2nd of this year, 2025, and by February 19th, learned the skills on how to market himself and got hired full-time as a drafter inside of a company with great pay, great benefits, just like this. So again, I could look at testimonials for hours. I have dozens of these from recommendations from previous students, but I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to get when you want to join my CAD Elite program. So very simply, these are the deliverables inside of my CAD Elite program. You're going to be getting one-on-one direct training with me, an industry professional who knows what he's talking about, with one-on-one help scaling and building your freelancer funnel. Weekly group coaching calls with other students in order for you to get any questions and help that you may need answered, a private community with people in the exact same boat as you, and then finally, structured course videos that are going to show you how to build out this social funnel system so you can go from not knowing anything to being able to confidently deliver, work, and get clients on a consistent, magical basis. So here's the key takeaway and the next steps. This process is very simple and it's highly effective because if you're watching this right now, 99% of drafters have not implemented this at all, or even basic business strategy. And the people that are consistently charging upwards of $110 an hour as a freelance CAD drafter. And so the steps to setting this up are going to be simple. Start posting your work in relevant groups and communities. Start positioning yourself as the go-to person to work with. And once you have enough leads coming in, you can leverage that, raise your prices based on demand, work with the clients you want to work with, and eventually, outsource that to other drafters so you can get away from doing the drafting yourself and build up into an agency or even a drafting firm. And this is literally the roadmap of how you can start making upwards of 6 figures. And it's not theory, it's reality. I've done this for myself and I've helped dozens of people inside of my program do this too. And so now if everything that I've spoken about today resonates with you and this is something that you want to do and that you're interested in, you can simply go below right now and book in for a call with me. And I promise you, you will not regret it.